Hi everyone, my name is Delene Grant and welcome to my presentation again on Nicolini Law Firm Damages, My Experience. This is now 2020, part 1 of 2, January 2020. To January 23rd, 2020, okay, civil letter from WSIAT, and the letter actually stated, I'll enlarge it, that I wish to acknowledge receipt of Mr. Muftaderi's letter dated January 14, 2020, in which he requested an adjournment of the February 4, 2020 hearing in Toronto for Ms. Grant's hearing. Mr. Muftaderi's letter refers to medical documents not provided by Mr. Nicolini. Okay, please feel free to read. Okay, because now we're in 2020 and a hearing date was set. Okay, and they're still saying medical documents was not provided by Mr. Nicolini. Oh boy, feel free to pause and read. Okay. On January 24th, letter from WSIAT stated, as indicated by Manager Scheduling Administration's January 23rd, 2020 letter, the hearing for the appeal scheduled on February 4, 2020 at 9:30 a.m. will proceed. So there, guess, I do not know what Mr. What Wsib Muftaderi was talking about, because I guess it's still the hearing is still gonna happen. Okay, on January 24, 2020, I spoke with Mr. Nicolini's assistant Crystal and left a voice message for Mr. Muftaderi to advise them of this. Okay, so again, WSIAT, right, contacted the office of Adrian Nicolini Law Firm, okay, to advise on Mr. on Hussein Muftaderi's letter that still not received medical documents. So I guess it was done so that the Adrian Nicolini could bring whatever he had to the hearing. Okay, that's what I'm getting, but please feel free to pause and read. Thank you. February 2020. I saw Adrian Nicolini a day before the hearing. Okay, it was the preparation meeting. Okay, February 3rd, 2020 at 10 a.m. I went to his office, attended an appointment for WSIB at Nicolini Law Firm, dated February 3rd, 2020. This was previously scheduled on August 14, 2019. It was nothing new from the last meeting on November 15, 2019. I was told by Adrian Nicolini that WSIB only required proof of injury and that it actually occurred at Bear Mobility. Nothing else was required. I was told to only answer questions that they ask. I should not include anything that was not a part of the questions. Understood perfectly. Okay. February 3rd, got a letter from WSIAT, and it says here, this is to confirm receipt of Mr. Muftaderi's correspondence dated February 3rd, 2020, in which he indicated that he would be attending the hearing in person, but requested that the employer participate by teleconference. We also received Mr. Muftaderi's further correspondence dated February 3rd, 2020, confirming Miss Anna Lucia as the employer contact and providing her contact information. Okay, be free to pause and read. Thank you. February 2020 to March 2020. Adrian Nicolini, Hussein Muftaderi, and the hearing committee for WSIAT had planned to dismiss my case. They were all aware that Adrian Nicolini did not provide my medical reports from the medical doctors. All this time, from 2017, it's now 2020. Okay? Their aim was for me to sign a consent form to allow access to my medical records, which were distorted. Okay. I was deceived. I was denied by WSIAT. As the meeting started, meeting ended. It didn't even. Oh boy. Anyway, I was deceived by Adrian Nicolini on November 15, 2019 and February 3rd, 2020, when I was informed that I only needed to prove at the hearing that my injury occurred at work. As soon as the hearing began, Hussein Moftaderi, the defense lawyer for Bail Mobility, stated that my medical documents were still not obtained by my lawyer, Adrian Nicolini, therefore ordered that WSIAT hearing be cancelled. Their intent was to have WSIAT review my distorted medical records from the Ministry of Health to sway the blame from Bail Mobility. Yeah. Yeah. Please feel free to pause and read. Thanks. Attended WSIAT hearing on February 4, 2020. Attendees myself, Adrian Nicolini, my WSIB lawyer, Hussein Moftaderi, Bail Mobility's lawyer. On phone, Bail Mobility representative Montreal. She was located in Montreal. And then 3 or 4 judicial representatives from the Workplace Safety and Insurance Appeal Tribunal. It's been a while, so I think it was 3 of them, but could be 3 or 4. Okay. Why am I still at square one with my WSIB claim? Can anyone answer that? Can anyone? Retained Adrian Nicolini for WSIB appeal on April 10, 2017. In June 2018, a month later, I was fired from my job of 20 years, received letter from WSIB to inform that Adrian Nicolini did not provide my medical report for my claim, and that letter came in June 2018. Okay, in October 2018, 1 year and 6 months later, since Adrian Nicolini was retained, right, my WSIB claim was suspended because Adrian Nicolini did not provide my medical report for my claim. So Adrian Nicolini, a year later, November 15, 2019, who stated that WSIB only required proof that injury occurred at Bail Mobility, nothing else, for the upcoming hearing dated February 4th, 2020. Again, saw Adrian Nicolini on February 3rd, 2020, to be told that WSIB only required proof that my injury occurred at Bail Mobility for hearing dated February 4th, 2020. On February 4th, 2020, Hussein Moftaderi first took the floor to ask that the hearing be adjourned since Adrian Nicolini did not obtain my medical report for my WSIB claim. I need someone to answer this section here. What's going on? Okay, what's really going on? Do you think Adrian Nicolini meant well for me? What do you think? Did this lawyer represented me? Okay, please feel free to pause and read as I go along. Okay, thank you. The WSIB hearing was a charade. As soon as the hearing started, it was finished. First, they had informed the Bail representative that she did not have to be in attendance, okay, because they know what they were doing. The Bail Mobility lawyer, Hussein Moftaderi, his Morley law firm, requested first to speak. Hussein Moftaderi requested that the hearing be adjourned since to date the medical report was still not retrieved by the medical doctors by my lawyer. From the medical doctors, that is, by my lawyer. My lawyer, Adrian Nicolini, had nothing to say. Huh? The atmosphere in the room was not right. It seemed as if I was there for them to see me in person. Basically, I guess they see me as a troublemaker, because it's like, who is this person? Wow. I would not back down, I guess. I had a lot of evidences, I felt I was being scrutinized. Yeah. It was later found that a hearing was made without my presence at a later date, and a decision was made. I received a letter to inform of the decision, and also that I should sign a consent form so that they could retrieve my medical report from the medical doctors. Would you have done so? I refused, since my medical records at the Ministry of Health were distorted. Also realized that the medical system was still adding false diagnosis to my records. Okay. Immediately after the farce, WSIB meeting, before leaving the building, I gave Adrian Nicolini a copy of the information on my visit to Great Lakes Medical Center regarding my injury, decavin tenosynovitis, without the doodles, okay? What was I thinking? I didn't get it, eh? I was so naive. All along, I was so naive. I shouldn't have. All this time, I did not understood that I was being ganged upon by the system and was being targeted the more information I provided. In January 2020, I stumbled on systemic racism. This matched my situation. I realized this too late in 2020. This included no hearing for the motor vehicle accident. There was also a setup for my 2 other cases, wrongful dismissal and long-term disability. The lawyers and the court system made my cases their own so as to give victory to Bell Mobility. And again, to Money Life and to those who, were a part of ensuring that I was shut down, the medical doctors and all that. Please feel free to pause and read. Okay, thank you. I attended WSIB hearing, as I have already indicated. Please feel free to read. I already went through this, okay? Please feel free to read. Thank you. February 27, 2020. Enclosed, please find a decision by the Workplace Safety Insurance Board. They made a decision. 27th of February, decision without my knowledge, okay? And the list was given to myself, Nicolini Law, Bell Canada, and Hussein Muftadiri of Ixmori Law, also WSIB. Yeah. These people, I don't have no talk in this country. They did their own thing, okay? As you can see here, appeals decision, okay? Please feel free to pause and read if you wish, okay? Thank you. The written information did not took place at the hearing. As soon as the hearing started, it was adjourned because the mobility defense lawyer indicated that my medical records were still not obtained, was still not submitted by my WSIB lawyer 3 years later. All else written were false. I couldn't bother. I glanced over some things, but I didn't bother to waste my time, Excuse me. If you can read, please feel free to read, because actually I was denied and they're doing their own thing. As I said, it's not my case. It was theirs, actually. They did whatever they wanted to do, okay? And here, still nothing. The panel is still waiting on clinical notes, tests performed and all that. Still nothing, okay, from my WSIB lawyer. Please feel free to pause and read. I'm not going to go through this. It's just a waste of my time, okay? And this is page 9 of 9. I've already went through this in my WSIB presentation, okay? Please feel free to pause and read, okay? March 5th, the panel adjourned the hearing for this appeal and determined that additional information is needed before proceeding. Do you think I needed additional information? I think I gave all, whatever I've provided before, I believe that was proof. That's enough proof that I was injured on the job. I guess you would agree with me, right? So they're talking about additional information. You must complete the enclosed medical consent forms and return the original completed forms to me within 3 weeks from the date of the letter. Please speak to your representative. Please speak to my representative. Who is representing me? Anyway, I will see you over part 2, okay, of 2020. Thank you for your time, okay.